Hello and welcome. Today we have a VOD review on Lijiang Tower. Looks like a Platinum Reaper. I've never seen this video before, so I'll be commenting in real time. So let's get into it. Super unique comp. I love it. I think it's cool. You got the 222 running the Roadhog, which is odd, and the Reaper, which is not so common, but still viable, so that's awesome. Cool. Yeah, let's get into it. That's good. Okay. So you could do what a lot of teams and solo queuers do, which is push up middle. I hate that. That's a horrible arrow. I would prefer as Reaper to go right side. Left side, not so great. Like towards that health pack, that whole area, not a lot of corridors to work with. It's kind of more open. Not so great for Reaper. On this side, tons of little corners and tight spaces for Reaper to fight in. That's where he excels. He can really burst someone around a corner. That's great. Make sure you're using your crouch key. That being said, if you do this, if you go this right side, a lot of like this Winston, this is what, platinum level. This Winston might just like dive in and just die immediately. So like, and to be fair, like, you know, it's kind of one of those things. It's like, okay, well, do I go and help him and try to make him, you know, try to make something of that horrible decision, or do I go for a flanking route to try to put in work somewhere else? The problem though is that ideally, if you are going to go this flanking route over here, you want your team just to be a little bit patient. So it's kind of a catch-22. So on this first fight, I will not blame you for going up the middle with your team. Will not blame you at all. But after this first fight, you want to stop doing that. Okay, well, so we'll see what you do. Just don't go left. I think left is the wrong call. Okay, so you're going here. Okay, and it looks like your Winston backed off. Great. So he looks like he's not gonna do a silly dive. Whoa, interesting. Okay, so your opponents are doing something pretty interesting. They gave up this middle area, which should be a red flag. That means they're probably going for flanks. So you need to turn around and make sure that there's no one behind you, because it looks like your teammates are going this other way, which is great. So now you need to cover this backside. All right. Cool. Okay, so you elect to go forward. I'm still nervous about your backside, but we'll see how this goes. Okay. Team's crushing it. It's great. Oh, there's someone to your right. I think it's a soldier. Nice hook. All right, so your team just crushed it. Their team seems a bit disconnected in terms of what they were trying to do. Whatever. I think I still heard a soldier, and I don't see on the kill feed that he died. So that means there's probably a soldier still over here. He's probably above you. So, okay, so I would put good money on there being a soldier above you, unless I misheard the footsteps.
Fair.
Okay, so I don't mind you being here. However, you need to be a little bit more patient. I think you just showed yourself to somebody, and you're also not using your crouch key. Oh, there's Winston. He probably heard you. Oh, there's a Zen. Yeah, that's a Zen. Okay, so you're going for a flank behind here with Tracer. This is good. You want to go for this Mercy. Yes, get that. Yes. Okay. Oh, good. Yes, perfect. Get the health pack. Cool. Okay, I guess I was wrong about that soldier. I could have sworn I heard a soldier, but he seems to not be around. Do your opponents even have a soldier? No hook. You're just acting as kind of like a bodyguard. This is great. Oh, there's a soldier. Not a great bubble from your Winston. So you're just kind of zoning. This is cool. This is totally valid. I kind of want you back in that spot where you were last time, where you flanked around that right side. I think that's great. You can keep doing that. Oh, awesome. Yes, looks like you're going for it. Oh, it's 6v5. That sucks. Yeah, this is good. You're not crouching, although your opponents aren't even turning around. Careful. Let's look at that mechanically. So right here, I would have liked to see you Ghost out of this fight, or Wraith form out of this fight a little bit sooner. And you don't quite get that health pack quick enough. You kind of do like this you do this little mistake where you go forward and then back. Okay. Real quick. So right here, as soon as he gets this hook, I need you to immediately turn around, do a 180, and start putting lead into that diva. That being said, let me see this. Pop. Yeah, I would like for you to turn around and hit. Oh, actually, wait. Let me see that again. Yeah. So what you do is you kind of like move back and then turn left. I would have liked for you to immediately just do, you don't you probably didn't even have to move. You could have just literally 180'd and just start shooting her. So basically it's just a small mechanical thing. It's just a little bit slow. Like the way you did it was just a little bit slower. So let's see it one more time. Boom. Yeah, and it looks like you also, like, while you're turning, you actually shoot your shotgun like into the air as you're turning into her. So just some mechanical things you'll have to work on. This will come with time, but just, I want you to be a little bit aware of it. Yeah, I think this Death Blossom's fine, specifically because you were on the Mercy. So ideally, you want to save ultimates like Death Blossom to counter a res. So because she was already here, I think this is perfectly valid. And this is still is this still a 6v5? Yeah, it is. Do they ever get, okay, he comes back, okay. All right. Okay, I like the spot you're in. This is awesome. But use your crouch key, please. Oh my god, he didn't even know you're there. Nice. All right, so I'm assuming you guys win this. Yeah, let's skip forward a bit. Oh, that might be too far. Sorry, my internet here in China is not so great. Okay, so it looks like you're going for this right side. I love it. You're going the correct side again. You didn't go left. Left is not a good side for Reaper, not at all. What happened? Oh, okay, weird. All right, whatever. No. Okay. Okay, so actually your team is getting owned on that left side. And actually this is the problem with doing flanks like this on the first fight, because in solo queue your teammates will not wait for you and they will just go in and die immediately. So it's kind of a catch-22. Maybe a nice middle ground for Reaper would be to like teleport. Oh, that was horrible screenshot. Sorry. Would be like to teleport like here, or just somewhere around here, and then get to the fight a little bit quicker. It's not as good of a flank, but because again you have dummy YOLO queuers out there, probably if this was like a scrim or something, I would absolutely recommend for you to do what you just did. But because it's YOLO queue, don't be afraid to take these small shortcuts specifically for the first fight. Okay. You can test this. To be honest, again, please use your crouch key. But also, please wait longer. You have 6 seconds here. You can see it says 6 seconds, and even after that, you can still wait like another second or two for the point for them to start capping the point. You don't have to go in right away. So 3 seconds. You go in probably like 5 seconds too early. As you can see, your teammates are coming back, and they have time to regroup and mount a new attack. So you start this way too early, unfortunately. This is actually a really big mistake. This is probably like your first really big blunder in this match so far. And there goes Winston. Oh, Winston. You wouldn't be a YOLO Q Winston without dying immediately after diving. Okay, so you guys are, let me see this. Okay, and then he goes, okay. So now you're still fine. Okay, this is fine. Yeah. So actually, I wonder if you could have done that a little bit better. No, I think this is fine. At that point, we're just nitpicking. So not a whole lot you could do there. Okay. And who's that dying on the right? Okay, it's Zen, and Zen's dead. Okay, your team just needs to regroup. You probably need to just fall back. Okay, so when you're facing off against a Mercy, you have to be very decisive about your calls, because in that case, you had just lost the Zenyatta, and your positioning was not very great. It was unlikely that you guys were going to turn that fight around. So by continuing that fight even longer, you're just feeding into like the Mercy reses and things like that. So it sounds crappy, but after Zen died, well, but again, it's solo queue. If this was Scrim, so okay, I will give relevant advice to the context, or for the appropriate context. So because it's solo queue, I don't mind what you did. So we'll just leave it at that.
Move in now, move in.
Okay, cool. Pulse bomb. You have Death Blossom soon, so you can go for it. Okay, yeah, push. No, you gotta go. So this little hesitation. As soon as you heard this Transcendence, you have to go in. Your Death Blossom is at 92%. The res is down. You could go for a game-changing ult here. So you gotta push forward. And you kind of like hesitate. And you hesitate again. No, you gotta go in. Oh, man. So there's a good chance that if you don't hesitate, you're in deep and you already have Death Blossom. Unfortunately, you don't have it yet, and you're also out of position. Get in there. Oh. Okay. Looks like you guys might still win this. Okay, you got a Diva ult coming up, so you're gonna have to dodge that with either Environment or your Wraith form. Cool. Yeah, it's fine. Cool. Now the question is, do you use Death Blossom? I would not be conservative with it here. Assuming normal, like let's say your friendly, I don't know, let's say like Attack Visor comes out on your side or something like that. I forget what your teammates are running, but if your teammates use another ultimate, you probably won't hold on to it. If they don't, you can use it. So we'll play it by ear. So we'll see what happens. But don't be afraid of using it. Oh, actually, whoa, what are you doing? No. You need to get in there. You guys need to win this fight. Oh, you're wasting so much time by doing this. This is cool. You're about to get a flank on Mercy. But if we look at the kill feed, you guys killed Pharah and Lucio. And if I'm not mistaken, you should have... Let me see. Winston should be back in the fight. Actually, at this point, he's probably almost back, if not back already. So, I don't hate this. Because you're getting a nice flank off. Like if we look at how your teammates are positioned, they're on this side, you're trying to go flank on that side, but you could have just walked up to them. Would have been perfectly fine. Again, because you had a man advantage. So there was not a whole lot of reason to do this. Yeah, okay. Okay, so because of a good position like this, you probably don't need a Death Blossom. You can actually just go for this left, just go for left clicks. Nice. Okay, so now you're fine. Now you can just push in and just end it. Cool. So definitely hold on to the Death Blossom. No. Oh. So you need to pay very careful attention to your kill feed because you guys it was a 6-4. And like I said at the beginning of that, there may have been like a time to use that Death Blossom, right? Like if your opponents were going to start using like ultimates, then yeah, you could have traded a bit with them. And depending on the situation and how it unfolded, depending on what ultimates your teammates used. But in this case, you guys totally won the fight, especially after you killed that Mercy. So very little reason to do this. Cool. Yeah, and I think I'm going to start wrapping up this VOD review. Unfortunately, I don't have more time to work on it. Cool. Number one thing. Actually, what? Number one thing. What is the number one thing? Actually, there isn't a whole lot of things. Actually, okay. Probably what you need to focus on the most is paying attention to your kill feed because it's going to tell you how to approach fights and whether or not to use ultimates, right? Because like that cute teleport that you did was okay to kill that Mercy, but it wasn't really necessary given the circumstances of the fight. You guys had a clean it was a 6v4 and you literally could just walked up to them, just wore them down, no problem. Also, it's going to tell you how to use your ultimates, right? Actually, this is distracting me, so I need to pause this. Yeah, it's going to tell you how to use your ultimates. So, like we just saw, after you guys had like a huge man advantage after you killed Mercy, there was absolutely no reason to use Death Blossom. So, yeah. What else? Your use of Wraith form is on point. Teleporting is pretty good. Aim. Well, as always, you can always work on your aim. Cool. yeah, I feel like there wasn't a whole lot of things that I need you to work on besides paying attention to your kill feed more. And it'd be nice if you hit your tab button a little bit more to look at the scoreboard and get a better idea of what your teammates are bringing to the table in terms of ultimates, and also any switches that your opponents might do, any hero switches, so things like that. So I feel like your play is pretty good. I think you can climb. If you're performing at this level consistently, you'll do great. But definitely, especially with Reaper, use of your Death Blossom is so important because it takes a long time to build up in normal circumstances. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So definitely work on your ultimate usage. Pay attention to that kill feed. That's going to tell you how to approach fights and how to use your ultimates. And yeah, cool. All right. I hope this video was helpful. And if you liked it, please subscribe. Thank you.